How you guys doing? My name's Connor. I think I've had class with a lot of you guys. Dr. Piles, first time interacting with you, so nice to meet you and everything. First thing I like to start off with is kind of a little background. I just started the student teaching. I'm sorry, is coming up in August. I'm gonna be down here in Charlotte, so looking forward to that. So that being said, I do not have any experience per se in the classroom yet, except for some like me witnessing some classes. I went to something up in Hickory in, I guess that would have been April, with witnessing, watching some classes, kind of sitting in on them. So a lot of the stuff with my philosophy is not going to be any tried and true methods that I've used yet. It'll be based on things that I've learned the past couple semesters in this program. One of the main things that started me off on the field of teaching, heading down that path, was a couple years ago when I was a senior in high school. One of my buddies was having a little bit of trouble with statistics class. And his mom, one day I was over there studying with him, and she said, now Connor, Andrew's having a little bit of trouble with statistics. Would that be something that you could maybe tutor him in, maybe like once a week or before tests next semester? And I thought, yeah, I could definitely come over and help him out. And the main thing with Andrew, and this is what kind of goes back in, feeds back into my philosophy, is that he had tried these different programs, Sylvan Learning Centers, different kind of methods and stuff. And I wasn't aware of this when I first started tutoring him, but I didn't really have any experience myself in education or training for that. So I just did naturally, like I just talked to him, like I talked to him sitting around hanging out. I kind of, I breached the subject with, we're talking about statistics, so to speak. So I kind of tried to relate it to something that he would understand. Like, hey, Andrew, I know you like the Braves, you like baseball. Well, think of statistics like RBIs and the different stats that build baseball. So that's what I kind of did with him, and that's one of my main things that I'm trying to do now, going into the classroom, is kind of talking to students on kind of a level playing field, in the way that, obviously with the classroom management, sometimes if it's getting out of hand, I understand that that's going to be something that I'm going to have to kind of exert my dominance then. But one of the main things is kind of talk to them on a level playing field, and talk to them like I would, talk to an equal of myself, that they understand, and they kind of, mutual respect is the main thing that one of the main things that I've garnered from the class, and Dr. Thornton talks about it last semester. You don't want to, with these students, you don't want to be like dressing like them or using the same lingo as them, but one of the main things is that if you show them respect, they're going to show you respect, is from what I've gained, and that's what you kind of learn in the real world anyways, and that's one of the main things. And one of the other things that I've just really, tried to go after, and one of the things I've definitely established in the different papers I've written for my philosophy, and just what I want to do going forward, is I want to be a lifelong learner. I mean, obviously, a lot of times when you think of these students, I mean, those are the people that are supposed to be, in terms of our society, the ones who are supposed to be sitting in the classroom and learning, but I kind of want it to be a two-way street, obviously. I mean, I'm going to learn stuff from them, they're going to learn stuff from me. And one of the main things I also gained, I went up to Hickory. I was in Hickory observing some classrooms, do something that Dr. Smith had put together, and talked to one of the teachers, and he said, one of the main things, my first year he was scared out of his mind, teaching and all that stuff. And one of the main things that he took away from that is, some things are going to work and some things aren't, when it comes to teaching, and just, you gotta it's kind of about like beg, borrow, and steal. I mean, that's kind of like the phrase, maybe an overused phrase, but beg, borrow, and steal, the different things that you see other people, if they're having success with something, you might want to instill that in your own, lesson plan, your own instruction. So that's going to be something that I'm definitely really going to want to go after, and just, I'm kind of like a blank slate. I'm a sponge, that there's going to be a lot of things that'll work, to be a trial. A lot of things that work, a lot of things that don't. And I'm going forward, that's just what I'm going to be all about, is that trying out the different things. If something sticks, I'm going to use it. I'm just building. I think that's it's like the domino theory. There's a lot of like stuff building in teaching, and that's one of the main things. And I think one of the coolest things about teaching, I was reading this also, someone was saying it last semester, I can't find the source, but it's different than, like, a teacher is different than like a contractor. Like a contractor, you're going to build a house, and you can see the people, I guess, moving into the house, or so to speak. But it's not like a teacher where you can touch every single person, and I think that's really cool, and looking forward to this, and I think we should have a great semester.